These aren't campfire stories, they're real recordings, captured in the dead of night, deep in the woods. Hikers, campers, off-grid explorers all experienced something they couldn't explain and hit record. Tonight, we're breaking down 6 of the most terrifying camping encounters ever documented in Asia. Facing Fears. Meet Garoburu TV, a channel dedicated to camping and the paranormal. Tonight, Garoburu is in remote Japan, camping out near an old abandoned temple with a ghostly past. As he is climbing up to the door of the temple, he notices he is greeted by a strange, ghostly figure upon reviewing.
何これ書いてある。位牌を集めています。山をきれいにしましょう。これこの前も書いてあったのかな。じゃあ閉めますね。よいしょ。はい、ありがとうございました。では帰ります。さようなら。そうやろ。気のせいや。勝手に閉めた。閉めておいて。はい、さようなら。おお、そうや。
After he's explored the entirety of the temple, he finds nothing out of the ordinary, and as he heads back out the door, he notices strange inscriptions that he hadn't noticed before. Deciding he's had enough, he closes the door to the temple, ready to get out and get back home. But he turns around after hearing a noise from the entrance, and as he does, he notices a face peering out from a very small opening. As soon as he flashes his camera at it, it disappears. Terrified, he turns the other way, only to find a loud knock at the door. He fumbles and falls to the ground, and, according to him, doesn't wake up again for several hours afterwards. Camping Nightmare. Meet Stefan Evander. In 2025, Stefan decided to explore haunted woods late at night. But what he experienced in those haunted woods, according to him, left him a changed man. With his shelter set up and his dinner complete, Stefan takes a moment to enjoy the many sounds of the forest.
Sumpah. Merah banget sumpah. Tadi tuh di sini. Tadi aku lihat ada putih-putih. Terus dia kayak terbang sih, ke atas sana sebetulnya. Jadi aku tuh ekspektasinya adalah ini sosok nggak cuma satu nih kayak gini loh. Ini nggak cuma satu, ini jangan-jangan ada banyak ini. ekspektasi punya gitu mikirnya tadi. Cuma dari laporan warga bilangnya 1. Gimana tuh kalau gitu? Bisa dari sini, shoot gitu, nggak tahu kemana kayak gitu.
Stefan eventually tries to get some sleep, but he keeps hearing these bizarre noises encircling his tent. It sounds like whispering full of nonsense words and phrases that Stefan can't seem to make out. So naturally, Stefan decides to explore the source of this noise. As he's scanning the perimeter of the campsite, he spots a white figure briefly, seemingly lingering there right until Stefan makes contact with it.
Bisa dari sini, shoot gitu, nggak tahu kemana kayak gitu.
Later, Stefan is sound asleep in his tent, but he set up other cameras to capture the perimeter of his campsite. As the camera turns back to the tent, a figure can be seen in the distance, slowly fading into view. A few hours go by, and Stefan is still fast asleep. His camera footage picks up another strange anomaly. This time a cloud of white mist appears just above the tent and shakes it slightly, all before vanishing quickly. Upon reviewing the footage later, Stefan makes the executive decision to never return to this mysterious forest again. Frightful night. Meet the channel Jejak Camping, a duo from Indonesia who make camping their whole entire lives. Their channel is full of various videos, spanning from crazy encounters with real people and the paranormal, and everything in between. Tonight, however, might be their strangest video yet.
Bang. Apa itu, Bang? Hah? Apa itu, Bang?
Entah, tikus nih. Apa ada monyet sini?
Ada yang lompat dari itu kan? Dari daun sawit kan? Oh, jangan-jangan nanti menciumi wangi ini, Bang. Wangi hewan tuh.
Sangat
Awas.
mau kemana dia? Ke sana itu.
Hah?
Ada di sana dia. Lompat lagi ke pohon ini rasanya. Ini keciuman wangi panggang kita ini teman-teman ya.
The two men have just set up camp and are already making dinner. As they begin to gather ingredients, a huge rustling can be heard, moving quickly through the trees. They attempt to locate the source of the noise, but are unable to.
Apa tadi dia? Nggak usah peduli mana. Goyang. Center. Ada apanya? Apa yang gerakan itu? Gak ada. Gak ada. Aneh. Apa? Aku nggak kelihatan kali tadi. Gimana posisi geraknya? Aku kelihatan gerak sedikit.
Yang ini gerak.
The two decide to forget the noise and settle into a nice dinner instead. However, the strangeness refuses to quit. As they are eating on the porch of an abandoned hut deep within the forest, a screen to the door of the hut begins to open and close on its own accord. They attempt to recreate the movement, but are only able to do so with physical intention. Now, as the two are fast asleep, the window begins to make the same movement yet again. Later in the night, some of their cooking equipment moves on its own.
Apanya? Apanya? Kaya na. Tara ako. Apanya? Kok mundur aku tidurnya? Hah? Kok mundur aku tidur sama kamu? Hah? Kelihatan kamera. Kok jauh kali jangan kayak mundur apa mimpi apa ya? Apa yang dulu ya?
Sometime afterwards, one of the men is pulled by his feet by an unseen force. Fearing for their safety, they immediately leave the area, driving back over 4 hours non-stop to the safety of their home. The Menace. A channel called Hadi Adventure features a father and his son duo who share a love of outdoor exploration and camping. Tonight, they're out in the middle of nowhere with nothing but what's on their backs.
Piring ada nasinya enggak?
Ada lah.
Bercanda ya Marina ya.
Iya.
Ini sambal terasi ala Pak Hadi nih.
Apa ya Pak?
Mungkin binatang malam paling yang nabrak seng di belakang. Udah kita makan dulu aja. Mari teman-teman.
The two of them have just sat down to a nice meal in front of an abandoned home they found during their daytime hike to find a campground. As they sit down to eat, the two share in a few laughs until a thunderous noise comes from the house.
Dengar gak?
Seperti ada suara kaki diseret.
Siapa Pak?
Hah?
Siapa? Pak.
Tenang, Marno.
The two are slightly disturbed, but rationalize it as something falling within the house. They continue to eat, but the noise returns, this time much louder and way more sinister.
Coba saya cek dulu ya. Kamu makan dulu ya.
Iya, Mak.
Makan dulu. Assalamualaikum. Apa ya?
Pak. Apa, Pak?
The father decides to brave the house and try to find the source of the loud noises occurring within it. But he bites off a bit more than he can chew.
Pak. Apa, Pak?
Ngapa to, Nong? Ngapa to tendane mau apa nih? Tendane mau apa nih?
Udah aku.
Later, the two have set up their tent and are about to head to sleep. The father does one more look around to ensure their safety, and suddenly, their tent begins to shake violently on its own accord. After saying a prayer together, the two decide to stay in their camp, as it's much too late and way too far to head back now. After a follow-up video, the two did say that the activity calmed down after their shared prayer. Creature unknown. Meet Derman, a camping vlogger and paranormal extraordinaire. Derman is out in the middle of nowhere, trying to escape the busy hustle and bustle of the overpopulated city. But little did Derman know, peace was about the last thing he'd find. Derman, now exhausted from his long trek into the wilderness, is already getting ready for bed, as he has a long day of camping ahead of him. His fire is built, his tent is up, and his belly is full, so he begins preparing for bed. But whatever lurks in the forest is not going to let Derman rest so easily. As he tries to get comfortable, you can spot a black mass of fog or something manifest to the left, just inches above his tent. Derman doesn't notice this until later, so he, for now, is blissfully unaware of what is happening around him. After sleeping for only a few minutes, Derman is awoken suddenly by strange noises occurring off in the distance. Obviously terrified, Derman feels as if he is unable to move. He eventually gets his bearings enough to point the camera further and discovers that a piece of his equipment is being pulled by an unseen force. You can see just how terrified Derman is, unable to hold his tears back from fear.
Ini gimana ceritanya, Rek? Apa tadi? Kelempar, guys. Lempar, guys.
Unable to sleep, Derman decides to make himself a cup of tea in hopes it helps calm his nerves. As he's readying the fire, an object of his is thrown from his tent to the outside. But when he investigates, there's no one there. That's enough for Derman, as he makes the decision to get out while he still can. Old Spirit. Mito Mama New, a camping blogger with a very dedicated following. Tonight, old Maman is out in the middle of a dark forest, attempting to get some peace and relaxation from his very busy work week, as he works construction during the weekdays. Once he gets settled in and his campsite constructed, old Maman sits down to smoke a cigarette and scroll through his phone, hoping to drown out his mind and get him ready for bed. But as he does, something strange happens. He goes to explore the source of the strange knocking, but finds nothing. Now unable to sleep, Omaman resumes his regular activities. As he's mindlessly scrolling through his phone, the branches on one of the trees starts to move oddly. Later, some of O's equipment falls over unexplainably.
Lawak.
Now very unsettled, there is almost no chance O is going to be able to sleep tonight. As he continues to turn his attention to his phone, a small figure with bright, glowing eyes slowly raises itself from the platform, staring directly into the camera. It disappears, and a noise, presumably from the figure, emerges, which catches O's attention. He attempts to locate the noise, but there's nothing there. With that, the video ends, leaving many to wonder what O captured. Do you think this might be too good to be true? Let us know down below.